Beautiful day. Good morning, happy Saturday, y'all. What it do? We back in the building, Don Boy 718 on this beautiful Saturday morning. Man, good Lord. You know what it is. I hope y'all had a real great week from last Saturday to this week. You know, we had to hear this great voice right here to introduce y'all to what's really happening out here in the sports world. We're going to get into some things talking about directly. We jump right into it. Hope y'all had your breakfast. You crushed your weed up. You know what I'm saying? You laid up next to your girl. You told her to hold on, baby. I got to listen to Don Flo. He talking that realness right now. Woo! This week, it's been so many things happening. Last weekend when I spoke to y'all, it was just starting the next round of the college football playoffs. You know, we had some upsets. We had some things that happened there. And some of these teams, they went on out there representing, holding it down, even though we know that it was not easy. It wasn't easy at all, you know, because these guys, they had to go out there and play a few different games, you know. Some of the games that was played, like Indiana and Alabama, you know, that was a crushing 2 weeks ago. You know, we're going to get you more updated. Let's say this week that just happened with Oregon and Indiana. We thought that Oregon was going to bring it more, but it did not happen. In the Peach Bowl, you had Dante Moore and this Oregon Duck squad led by Dan Lanning. They were really confident, but it did not happen. They was taken out by the Indiana Hoosiers real easily and gracefully, 56-22. They didn't have shit to tell these guys. They could not stop them. They could not get in the way of these Oregon Ducks getting diminished because the Indiana Hoosiers, led by Fernando Mendoza, they have been battling, fighting, and shutting these guys down all week. You know what I mean? The whole game. It's been terrible. The best quarter for them was the first quarter when it was a little bit slower and they were, you know, trying to go back and forth. But now you have the Indiana Hoosiers playing against the Miami Hurricanes, who some folks thought was going to lose to the lose to the Ole Miss Rebels, but that did not happen, you know. Shout out to Philly, what was good though. Now, Ole Miss Rebels, you know the story. Coach Weiss and everybody else is going to go join. A good portion of them are getting ready to go join LSU and Lane Kiffin because Lane Kiffin, the original coach from here, from the Ole Miss Rebels, he got them to this point and then he left. He did not conduct the playoffs because he took the job at LSU early instead of waiting until the season ended. So the thing about it is now with Lane Kiffin over there in LSU's territory, these guys, Ole Miss, these guys, they did not have the complete formula, but they knew what to do, and it did not work for them. And then the Miami Hurricanes took them out. You know, it was a fight, but 31-27, and Miami is now playing in the CFP Championship against the Indiana Hoosiers. Who would have thought this? Because many folks thought that when the season started that the University of Georgia was going to be there. But this is real sick and the change now because Gunnar Stockton and the fellas, you know, it was asleep. It was asleep. They were taken out by an Ole Miss team that came prepared. Ole Miss was prepared for them, but they was not prepared for Miami. Miami really brought the pressure. They got on them. Malachi Tony, who's a guy who's gonna have to get busy on Monday. Malachi Tony, 18 years old. He's from Florida, and his hometown is glad to see the man there, to be able to be putting in the work, getting ready to do what he got to do. You know, they want him to thrive and bring the U back because Miami hasn't been really relevant in the college football circuit in a while. But in the last few years, they've been fighting to get back and, you know, trying to do some things to make them more and more relevant and get a winning record and get recognized for the bowl games and to be able to get to this point of being able to play in the playoffs. Now that Miami is back, a lot of folks are screaming Hurricanes. They're like, you already see Michael Irvin going crazy on the sidelines on most of the games now because he's a supporter. And he's from the alma mater, him and Ray Lewis. You know, shout out to Ray Lewis, wherever he's at. That's another great defensive player and NFL, great one. But to see Miami up there, and they have home court advantage. Imagine that. Miami is going to be real comfortable. They have no excuse because they have it going on right now, and they're going to be taking on the Indiana Hoosiers, not on the Midwest territory, not on the West Coast, but they're going to be in Miami, Florida, getting it in on Monday evening, 8 o'clock. The College Football Championship is going to be lit, and I'm thinking that everybody from Carson Beck, who used to play for the University of Georgia last year, he missed his shot to get to the championship. It didn't work out. This year, he had the luck and the blessing of the Lord or whoever went this way to the universe. Now he's over here in the college championship with a different team this year with the University of Miami. So the transfer portal did work out in his case. And now we're looking at the situation of Carson Beck versus Fernando Mendoza. Fernando Mendoza, he's been having one of them seasons that's been really great for him. It's been perfect. It's been perfect. Ever since, like I told y'all, I missed that first game right there, but I was directly there in Indiana. I should have had my ass there at the stadium instead of playing around with Google and listening to my cousin DC. Now, Indiana is bringing that pressure that folks thinking it's like, that's that bulldog way of life right there. Indiana, when is the last time people been shouting Indiana Hoosiers and really thinking that these guys have a shot to be the best college team in football in the United States in a long time? I'm just trying to say, it's official, is what these guys do. And I'm thinking that the Indiana Hoosiers, they're looking real good. They have a defense that's always back there, you know, catching a few sacks, that's limiting plays of the opposition. One thing about this team here is that we know who's favored in the national championship. The Indiana Hoosiers are heavily favored. Heavily favored. They have a good defense and a good pressure. The undefeated Hoosiers, you know, they aim for their first title against a strong Miami team. This Miami team is not weak at all. I just told you with Carson Beck and Malachi Tony, they have other pieces on this team as well that can really go out there and grind and, you know what I'm saying, cut the grass and, you know what I'm saying, shake and bake. Because this team right here, they deserve a chance to win. Not thinking that Miami is going to really bring it, but it can be something great. I don't think that Indiana is going to be able to blow out this Miami team the way that they have blown out the others, but I would not be surprised if there's a 21-point victory if Indiana starts getting loose, because these guys in Miami, they know how to crash and bang and bash and bust your head too. But the only thing is just the fact that I think the Hoosiers are going to really be able to keep it going. A perfect year. No losses. Coach Kurt Signetti is not trying to take a loss. He's proven a point. He's not satisfied. He just took that job, got 1 year in, and he's ready to bring him a championship already. This is the culture of college football. And I'm thinking that this is going to be something awesome. You know, watch out for Monday. It's going to be real great. Beautiful Monday evening. The CFB, college football, you're going to be able to see what's happening with all of these guys, and they're going to believe it on the field and go out there to go get it, because it's going to be a lot of cameras. We're going to look for a lot of celebrity action down here also. A lot of them. Indiana Hoosiers alumni, and it's going to be Miami alumni, and then just people all around from the likes of the sports world, and then just fans. It's going to be lovely. It's going to be very beautiful. Check it out Monday evening. The College Football Championship is going to be Coach Kurt Signetti versus, you know, another good thing down here in Miami. You know, they're going to get it going. Miami has home court advantage, and I'm going to rock with, I want to say, the Hoosiers, but I would love to see Miami get one. But I'm going to rock with the Hoosiers because they've been, you know, rocking a good vibe all year, and I love the way that their program has been playing like a team. And these guys are really hungry. And Roman Hemby, I think that he's going to contribute pretty well as well to what's been going on. You know, Indiana. Kalon Black. If Kalon Black starts tearing up the green, if he gets to running and doing what he do, then it could be all over for Miami also, because we know that the U Miami, they're going to lean mostly up on Malachi Tony and Carson Beck to see what he's going to be able to pull off the hat. Yes, sir. And this isn't no guess. Mark Fletcher Jr. And Mark Fletcher Jr. starts getting busy and contributing, doing what he do. This is going to be ridiculous because Mark Fletcher Jr. is always active. If he's carrying the ball and he's making things happen out there, then it starts to get scary. Because him, Malachi Tony, and Carson Beck, if he has a good passing game, it's gonna open up the doors. But the defense is gonna have to step up. So they're gonna need these guys, Jacoby Thomas, Ethan O'Connor, Frederick Jr. They're gonna need these guys to really get out there and get on their grind. Akeem Messador gonna have to do what he do. We're gonna need 2 sacks the way you caught in that Ohio State game, because Indiana is on the way. Indiana's not joking. This is gonna be real. College football